Hai Sobat Belajar, Rizkas here and welcome to Ayo Ngobrol UTBK for English section. Well, Sobat Belajar, come back again with me, Rizka. So, because we're getting closer to ujian tertulis berbasis komputer, so we will have such a special episode for you. Well, and again, Sobat Belajar, I would like to say, first of all, I would like to say congratulations for those who passed the SNMPTN. Congratulations, clapping hands for you. And I would like to say welcome to the university because you've got into the university life, okay? Yang sudah pass the SNMPTN, I know how it feels like. You will be so happy, so glad because you officially got into the university, like a hard stop to be into university. But those who didn't pass the SNMPTN, I feel you because a few years ago, I also didn't pass the SNMPTN, but you need to get the fire back, Sobat Belajar. Okay? It's okay if you are crying because crying is a natural response of pain, but make sure that you got the fire back. Ya, Sobat Belajar, masih ada kesempatan lain untuk bisa masuk ke universitas dan salah satunya yang terdekat adalah ujian tertulis berbasis komputer. Okay, I know that now you need mental support. One thing I need to tell you that accept what you cannot change, but change what you cannot accept. Okay, Sobat Belajar, because now the fact that you didn't pass the SNMPTN, that's fine, but now, start from now, okay, you need to get the fire back because you still have many open doors, right? Masih ada ujian tertulis berbasis komputer, okay? Masih ada ujian mandiri yang disediakan oleh masing-masing universitas, okay? If one door closed, okay, just get ready for many doors open. Ya, Sobat Belajar. Jadi tidak terhenti di SNMPTN tapi masih ada yang lain. Okay, and for that, I will be super glad to accompany you for the journey. Ya, okay, Sobat Belajar. Jadi silahkan sekarang dipersiapkan everything for our tools. Okay, just chill, ya, because I will tell about the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer in really relaxed way. Okay, I will give you more and more tips how to cope with English, especially. Ya, Sobat Belajar. Well, while you are preparing your mantle and your tools too, okay, learn together with me, yeah, to practice more and more about the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer for English section. I would like to talk about this thing, ya. Jadi salah satu fenomena yang terkait dengan bahasa Inggris dalam ujian tertulis berbasis komputer adalah, Kak, boleh nggak sih asal nembak jawaban? Oke, Sobat Belajar, karena biasanya ya yang terjadi adalah kalau bahasa Inggris itu Kak aku pakainya feeling. Biasanya feeling aku bener nih Kak kalau misalnya mengerjakan bahasa Inggris gitu. Tapi yang perlu Sobat Belajar ketahui adalah sayang banget kalau misalnya asal nembaknya itu bener-bener asal nembak. Oke, jadi nggak pakai like feeling di awalnya. Atau misalnya ada grading, which one is the closest one to the answer, to the right answer. Ya, kalau ditanya Kak asal nembak jawaban boleh nggak ya? I can say it is not common. Ya, for you to asal nembak. Oke. Nah, dari fenomena asal nembak jawaban itu, Sobat Belajar, Kariska bikin ini. Oke. Nah, jadi dari fenomena asal nembak jawaban di bahasa Inggris, major or common mistakes-nya adalah di bagian strateginya. Strateginya kurang tepat, Sobat Belajar. Maksudnya gimana Kariska strateginya kurang tepat? Nah, Sobat Belajar biasanya ada di 3 major ini. Oke, 3 major problems ya. Jadi tema besarnya, oke, kesalahannya, oke, ada di strategi yang kurang tepat yang ada di 3 things ini. Oke, yang pertama, oke, yang paling sering adalah stereotip terkait dengan soal-soal bahasa Inggris. Ya, yang udah ikut try out, oke, yang udah coba beli banyak buku pasti lihat dan tahu dong kalau misalnya si ujian tertulis berbasis komputer ini passage-nya itu banyak banget paragrafnya, lines-nya juga banyak banget dan sometimes yang bikin we feel desperate adalah bahasanya atau vocabulary-nya itu not really close to us. langsung deh di pikiran, aduh ini susah banget, ya udah asal nembak jawaban aja. Padahal sebenarnya sobat belajar kalau tahu strateginya dan sering latihan of course sama Kariska, sobat belajar pasti tahu gimana caranya, gimana bisa menemukan strategi ya, hidden strategy yang sudah dipersiapkan atau udah dikasih nih sebenarnya sama si writernya. Ya, jadi dari pertama stereotipnya soal-soal bahasa Inggris itu susah. Ya kan kalau udah ketemu kata-kata yang ribet, yang nggak pernah ketemu langsung like I'm giving up on this. Padahal misalnya ada pertanyaan vocabulary, sobat belajar itu udah ada hidden clue-nya di situ. Yang perlu sobat belajar ketahui adalah gimana caranya reveal ya the clue. Oke, nah itu dia. Yang nanti akan Kariska kasih tahu juga of course tipsnya. Ya, next one, baca teks dari awal. Nah, ini yang sometimes, often, ya, sobat belajar, feels like overwhelming. Oke, jadi strategi yang kurang tepat adalah kalau sobat belajar itu baca teksnya dari awal. Maksudnya gimana, Kak? Nah, sobat belajar kalau misalnya lihat soal-soal bahasa Inggris, ya nggak cuma UTBK, TOEFL, or anything related to that, kalau ada soal reading, yang pertama kali dibaca adalah langsung jump into the question section. Ya, langsung dilihat pertanyaannya apa sih, sebenarnya yang diminta itu apa, gitu. Terus sobat belajar nanya, emangnya bukannya harusnya kita bisa langsung lihat, Kak, gimana teksnya, isinya apa aja? No, that way. I can say, sobat belajar, karena questions di bahasa Inggris nggak semuanya meminta sobat belajar untuk benar-benar bisa, paham apa yang memang diceritakan atau disediakan di situ. Ya, ada yang cuma main idea of specific paragraph, cuma satu paragraph aja, atau cuma vocabulary, atau even cuma restatement of one statement. Ya kan? Jadi itu save more time. Dan juga nggak terlalu banyak informasi yang sobat belajar harus serap dan juga harus diakses. Ya karena udah spesifik. Jadi start from now. If you still read the question first, please I ask you to change the strategy. Ya, langsung lihat questionsnya, itu dia mintanya apa. Bayangin kalau misalnya sobat belajar nih udah baca si teksnya dari awal, ada 5 paragraf, isinya lebih dari 5 lines in each paragraph, ternyata yang ditanya di pertanyaannya cuma restatement. Atau yang lebih parahnya lagi, ternyata cuma ditanya one main idea of specific paragraph. Misalnya cuma paragraph 2, ya kan? You actually should have more time for that. Ya kan? Jadinya yang harusnya tadi baca teksnya itu bisa menjawab questions yang lain, tapi udah wasted ya, karena teksnya udah kebaca semua. Nah because of that, I highly recommend you to read the question first, ya, because you will save more and more time. Ya, and next one, tidak mengetahui teknik pembaca. Sobat belajar. Jadi, di dalam ujian tertulis berbasis komputer atau sebenarnya dalam bahasa Inggris, kita itu punya teknik membaca, ya. Jadi, setiap questions itu dia punya strateginya masing-masing. Ya, misalnya si main idea dia itu punya specific reading technique compared to the summary or questions related to summary. Ya, jadi sobat belajar dengan bisa apply the right strategy, it would be possible for you to answer the question right and save more time ya to do other question. Sobat belajar, ya. Jadi dari common mistakes I can say in doing English. So for that, I will give you the way out. Ya, jadi sekarang udah tahu kalau misalnya ini adalah penyebab utama dari kenapa sobat belajar sering mencoba untuk menembak jawaban padahal sebenarnya punya high possibility untuk bisa jawab pertanyaannya dengan benar. Nah tadi kita udah mempelajari kalau stereotip itu ya something with our mind really affects ya. Jadi start from now sobat belajar coba udah punya mindset kalau English is easy. Punya mindset aja dulu. Kenapa? Karena something in our mind affects our body. Ya, jadi apapun yang sobat belajar rasakan sebenarnya adalah efek dari apa yang sobat belajar pikirkan. More often than not. Ya, jadi be careful with what you are thinking. Ya, because it affects your body. And next one ini strateginya yang applicable ya. Langsung baca questions-nya. And regarding this one, reading techniques, I'll give you. Oke, jadi apa aja Kak reading techniques-nya? Oke, Sobat Belajar. And also, get prepared because we will also have the exercise. Ya. Okay, here we go. About the reading skill tips and exercise. So overall, we have 6 questions. I provide you 6 questions. And first of all, we need to understand the reading skill tips. Okay, this one. Yeah, again and again, please read the question first, ya Sobat Belajar. Jadi langsung jump into the questions, ya. Jadi you don't need to waste time by reading the passage first, okay? And next one about the important thing, which is reading techniques, ya. Jadi ada 2 Sobat Belajar untuk reading techniques, which are scanning and skimming. Oke, Kak mirip-mirip ya, scanning, skimming, ending with ing, but Sobat Belajar, they are different. Oke, nah differences-nya adalah kalau scanning itu Sobat Belajar gunakan ketika tipe pertanyaannya adalah specific information. Like what, Kak Rizka, specific information? For example, Sobat Belajar ditanya in what line the information is provided. Okay, taking for example, in what line does the author mention about the coronavirus case? Ya, jadi pertanyaannya about location. Nah, dari situ karena specific information ya kan yang dicari yang berkaitan dengan coronavirus case, Sobat Belajar pakai teknik bacanya scanning. Ya, jadi ambil keywords-nya. Nah, pas dibaca ke teksnya itu nggak perlu lagi baca atau nggak perlu lagi translate one by one, okay, in each word, tapi langsung cari mana yang mention coronavirus or similar to that. Ya, coronavirus, virus, gitu ya. Jadi ambil keywords-nya terus langsung lihat, nggak usah diartiin. Oke, nah ketika udah dapet nih keywords yang sesuai, langsung agak slow down. Karena bisa jadi ketika udah dapet si coronavirus itu, udah mulai ketemu nih jawabannya. Ya, Sobat Belajar. Jadi itu salah satu contoh untuk si scanning ketika bentuk pertanyaannya in what line, something related to location. Ya, and next one, according to the passage. Nah, ini juga mirip-mirip. Kalau misalnya yang sebelumnya in what line, oke, Sobat Belajar, itu ditanya tentang lokasinya, right? Kalau yang according to the passage, biasanya ini more about definition or information. Ini berkaitan dengan noun, ya. Jadi noun-nya itu tentang kalimatnya apa, oke, atau definition-nya apa yang memang ditanyakan atau disediakan di situ. Okay? For example, according to the passage, what is coronavirus? Or when is the most, the highest number of coronavirus? Ya, jadi ini mirip-mirip nih antara si in what line sama according to the passage. Ya, intinya adalah referring back to the passage, terus dia minta yang specific information. Okay? And next one, true and false statement. Okay? According to the passage, which are, okay, of the following sentence is true, exact, misalnya gitu. Ya, intinya adalah tentang true and false statement. Karena ini Sobat Belajar perlu mencocokkan apa yang tersedia di options. Okay, considering the questions and referring back, ya, to the passage. Jadi harus jeli melihatnya dan of course pakai teknik baca scanning. Jadi dilihat apakah yang ada di options itu memang tercantum di teksnya, right? And next one, reference. Ya, ini biasanya tentang placement. Right? For example, they in line 3 refers to, tentang reference, ya. Jadi, intinya adalah kalau si scanning ini, Sobat Belajar, yang ditanya adalah specific information. Oke? Dan itu memang tertera di teksnya. Oke. Nah, we're done with the scanning and let's move the skimming. Oke, skimming reading technique. Right, kalau tadi scanning itu tentang specific information, Sobat Belajar. Nah, kalau si skimming ini tentang general information. Okay, taking for example, the easiest one that children start from primary up to the high school is that the main idea and the main topic. Ya, jadi kalau ditanya tentang what is the main idea of the specific things, what is the main idea, the main topic of the first paragraph. Nah, itu menggunakan teknik baca skimming. Maksudnya gimana Kak teknik baca skimming? Kalau tadi kan scanning langsung ambil keywords-nya, terus dicocokkan dengan apa sih pertanyaannya gitu ya, atau dari kita back lagi, dari pertanyaannya kita ambil keywords-nya, terus kita cocokin ke teksnya. Nah, kalau misalnya si skimming ini, Sobat Belajar, itu dia general information. Ya, for example, Sobat Belajar tentang main idea of the first paragraph. Nah, Sobat Belajar langsung lihat, oke, in fast reading, itu dia membicarakan tentang apa. Oke, jadi grab the general ideas, dia itu membicarakan tentang apa. Ya, kalau tadi dari si scanning kita ambil keywords-nya, udah dapet keywords-nya. Nah, kalau di skimming ini, we don't get any keywords. Ya, jadi kita harus ambil keywords-nya justru dari apa yang memang disebutkan di teksnya. Oke, Sobat Belajar, so now you understand. Ya, ada dua reading techniques ini dan mereka juga penggunaannya berbeda, disesuaikan dengan tipe pertanyaannya. Okay, again, kalau scanning itu tentang specific information. So you get the keywords and you go back to the text. Okay, while kalau skimming, Sobat Belajar lihat dari teksnya, oke, dia membicarakan tentang apa, balik ke optionsnya. Okay, and after that you got the answer. Ya, sesuaikan nanti konsepnya. Oke, nanti akan kita lihat seberapa tricky sih soal-soal di ujian tertulis berbasis komputer, ya kan? Namanya juga bridging dari high school to university. Of course, the level of difficulty is increased. But chill, because we gotta review that together. Okay, Sobat Belajar, now, ya, we will have the exercise. Ya, jadi Kariska sudah siapkan exercise untuk Sobat Belajar semuanya tentang reading yang apply scanning and skimming. But dari 6 exercise ini, itu nggak in order, mana yang scanning, mana yang skimming. Oke, jadi nanti Sobat Belajar bisa lihat, jadi nggak di-memorize ya, tapi dipahami kalau misalnya soalnya seperti ini, itu berarti reading techniques-nya adalah skimming, for example. Kalau yang like that, berarti yang scanning. Oke, semuanya ini, ya, itu Kariska acak. Yang scanning, yang skimming nggak berurutan. Oke, Sobat Belajar. And for that, for our exercise, I would like to go to AHA slides. Ya, Sobat Belajar. Jadi, silahkan disiapkan gawainya. Okay, because I will give you this one. Ya, use the ahaslides.com. Okay, Sobat Belajar, and I need to tell you that you have 21 days left for the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer. Ya, around 3 weeks. Sekarang ya semakin closer to the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer, but I believe that you can pass it. Ya, you need to have that in mind that you will pass. Okay, the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer, and of course it is supported by your hard work. Ya, jadi sambil punya mindset kalau akan pass di ujian tertulis berbasis komputer harus didukung juga ya dengan usahanya. Okay, and I will accompany you. Ya, Sobat Belajar. Nah, sekarang silahkan type di your browser, okay, ahaslides.com, and please insert the code English, okay, English 22. Okay, again, English 22, semuanya kapital, Englishnya ENGLISH 22, 22. Okay, Sobat Belajar, because all the exercise will be here. Okay, why I prefer using this, it is because this will be live interaction. Yeah, so you and I will see directly how far, okay, your skill already, right, to cope with this type of questions in English. Yeah, especially for reading questions. Sobat Belajar ya, because we're really getting closer to the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer. Ya, 21 hari lagi. Right, so let's get the belt fastened. Ya, okay, Sobat Belajar, again, English 22. Okay, for that, English 22, so I would like to know who are there. Yeah, okay, so because I would like to know you deeper, so I would like to know your name. Ya, silahkan Sobat Belajar input your name insert your name here because your name will pop up here. Okay, karena kalau tak kenal maka kenalan, right? Tak kenal maka kenalan. That's the thing. Ya, sobat belajar. Nah, jadi silahkan sambil insert your name, okay, prepare every single tool that would help you, okay, to exercise. Yeah, and one thing you need to know is that all the exercise, all the question is about reading. Okay, so please find comfortable space for you to do the exercise or have any snacks or food to accompany you. Okay, because you need to boost up your mood. Yeah, sobat belajar, because that's the good thing. When your mood is boosted, you will be so happy to do the exercise. Okay, so welcome kucing hutan. Okay, welcome. Hello there, kucing hutan. It is really nice to see you all here. Okay, and kucing hitam. Oh, okay, there. Hello. Kucing hitam, it's really nice to have you here, and I would like to have more participants if it is possible. Ya, sobat belajar, jadi sambil menunggu ada participants to join us. Okay, I would like to tell you that that's okay if you feel sad now, but make sure that you got the fire back. Okay, because there are still open doors for you. Ya, sobat belajar, Kariska juga didn't pass the SNMPTN, but I need to get my fire back. Okay, because the opportunity, the chance was not stopped there. Ya, kita masih punya banyak opportunity. Salah satunya adalah ujian tertulis berbasis komputer, and I passed the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer. Kalau dulu namanya SBMPTN, ya, and that's why I will attract you more and more to have the confidence, yeah, to pass the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer. Okay, because we're gonna learn about the strategy, of course. Yeah, and I would like to welcome Kacang Hatan. Hello there. And of course, Ayumi. Yeah, Ayumi, hello. It is really nice to have you guys here. Okay, I'll give you one more minute, okay, so that we can start the exercise. Yeah, sobat belajar. So in 1 minute, I will start the exercise. Right? So prepare everything that would help you to cope with these questions in English. Ya, sobat belajar. Oke, nanti akan kita bincang-bincang lagi. Oke, sobat belajar akan lihat Kariska kasih spellnya. Ya, di ujian tertulis berbasis komputer ini akan sangat tricky. Oke, jadi akan kita lihat nanti modifikasi soal-soalnya seperti apa compared to the high schools. Oke, dan juga optionsnya pilihannya akan seperti apa. Okay, sobat belajar, right? So I will start within 10 seconds. Okay, so make sure that you are there. Ya, sobat belajar. So in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's get started. Right. Okay, so I would like to again wait for players to join. Okay, around 5 seconds just to make sure that they are there and you are there, of course. Yeah. Okay. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's get ready. Oh, just here. I would like to be here. Okay, so yeah, you are here already. Okay, I will start the quiz now. Okay, questions number 1 of 6. Get ready with that. So, what does the passage mainly deal with? Okay, so you have 1 minute. Yeah, I set the time really close to what you actually have in the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer. Yeah, so in the ujian tertulis berbasis komputer, you have around 1 minute or even less to answer the question. Yeah, so start from now because we have less and less time to prepare. Now, please set the strategy to have less time or even effective time to answer the questions. Yeah, sobat belajar. Okay, now you have around 20 more seconds to answer. Oh, okay. So 1% answered that right. Yeah, the use of ICT in education and 3 people in total get it wrong. Alright, Sobat Belajar, thank you for participating. We will get back. Okay, oh, still this one. Yeah, so in total 4, okay, people get it wrong. We will see. Why? Yeah, okay. We're back. Sobat Belajar. This. And this is, I think, the proof that the ujian tata surface komputer is tricky, but relax, because I will tell you how to cope with that. Sobat Belajar, nah ini yang pertanyaannya baru saja Sobat Belajar itu selesaikan. Ya, so the question is, what does the passage mainly deal with? Okay, from this, okay, I'm gonna make it fast, right? This one, start from this, mainly deal with. Okay, perhaps some of you are not really familiar with this type of questions, tapi Sobat Belajar, ini sebenarnya adalah modifikasi dari main idea question, ya. Jadi ini makanya Kariska highlight karena memang ini adalah clue-nya, mainly deal with, ya. Berarti ini tentang main idea. Oke, walaupun dia nggak langsung bilang main idea, nggak exactly sama, tapi dengan ada kata mainly deal with, ini adalah another question yang sebenarnya masih ada di bagian main idea. Oke, nah udah dapet main idea, berarti teknik bacanya skimming, ya, karena general information. So we go back. Ya, kita akan lihat ke teksnya. Ya, why it is so tricky. Okay, so from the first paragraph. Okay, and I need to tell you, English is quite traditional. Jadi Sobat Belajar bisa lihat nanti kalimat pertama di tiap-tiap paragrafnya ini biasanya adalah si main idea or main topicnya. Okay, jadi kita bisa fokus dulu ke masing-masing kalimat pertama. Okay, kita kasih highlight dulu dari masing-masing ini ya. Right, this one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, this. Oke, kita mulai dulu dari paragraf yang pertama berarti. Right, nowadays our lives are practically dependent on information communication technology or ICT. Okay, from this you understand that the topic is about ICT in general. Ya, nanti akan kita lihat sespesifik apa dan di bagian apa nih ICT-nya ini diberitahukan. Ya, oke. Kalau misalnya Sobat Belajar agak ragu, bisa diintip sedikit ke kalimat yang kedua. Ya, oke. Data from the Communications and Information Ministry shows that internet users in Indonesia increased from 74 million people in 2013 to 111 million in 2014. Oh, oke. Ini tentang usersnya. Oke, we got it. Ini masih tentang ICT. Oke, we can go to the next paragraph. The popularity of the internet and social media unfortunately has not extended to the education sector. Oh, ternyata ada nih problemnya di internet itu tentang ICT yang berkaitan dengan education sector. The fact is, has not extended to the education sector. Okay, Sobat Belajar, berarti problemnya atau specifically si ICT ini dibahas, di bagian yang mengenai si education-nya. Okay, you got it. Nah, kita bisa langsung ke third paragraph ya. Advancement of ICT should ideally be able to revolutionize education. Oh, this is about expectation, right? Kalau yang ini tentang real condition or status quo, kalau yang di paragraf ketiga ini ternyata tentang expectation ya. Why? Because it uses short. Okay, like expectation, right? Advancement of ICT should ideally be able to revolutionize education. Okay, again about education. Okay, Sobat Belajar, nah dari sini kita udah bisa lihat titik temunya kalau memang yang dibicarakan adalah berkaitan tentang education sector-nya. Okay, di second paragraph itu tentang real condition atau current situation. Nah, di paragraf yang ketiga itu tentang expectation-nya. Okay, nah tinggal kita lihat di paragraf yang terakhir apa sih yang dijelaskan atau apa sih yang disebutkan. Right. Unfortunately, it is still a long road to revolutionize education Indonesia through ICT. Oke, nah berarti ini dia ngasih lagi status quo-nya, ya, sebagai jawaban dari expectations yang dibicarakan di paragraf ketiga, ya. Tadi di paragraf ketiga dibilangnya advancement of ICT should ideally be able to revolutionize education. Okay, and next one, unfortunately, it is still a long road to revolutionize education in Indonesia through ICT. Oke, jadi dijawab lah ternyata masih long road. Oke, sobat belajar. Nah, to wrap up, ya. Jadi sobat belajar bisa melihat, oke, kalau apa yang dibicarakan in this whole text, ya, terkait dengan ICT di bidang education. Oke, sobat belajar, and be careful, right? Because in options pasti nanti ada berbagai pilihan yang mencantumkan tentang ICT dan juga education-nya. Oke, we need to be really attentive. Kita harus juga tahu education-nya itu seperti apa. Apakah in general, apakah tentang benefits-nya, apakah tentang disadvantages-nya, apakah positive things atau negative things. Ya, sobat belajar. Nah, kalau di sini kita lihat ini more about in general one. Ya, like in the third paragraph, okay, dia bilang tentang technology brings new sources of learning beyond teachers. Ya, dia nggak ada side positive or negative-nya. Tapi bagaimana ini bisa, okay, menjadi this one, ya, brings new sources. Ya, nggak bilang, tapi dari sini kita udah bisa tahu kalau tentang positive things. Ya, dia bilang moreover. Berarti masih extension dari yang sebelumnya ya. The divide between students and subjects is further narrowed by the availability of educational content through ICT. Okay? Nah, berarti ini semua tentang problems-nya alongside with the advantages. Ya, sobat belajar. Okay, so we go back langsung ke pilihan jawabannya. Which one? Okay, sobat belajar. So, here comes the option. Nah, yang pertama, access to ICT for Indonesian students. Oke, nah ini yang tadi Kariska bilang, dia akan ada this one. ICT, ada keywords-nya, ada students. Oke, yang tadi ada di paragraf ketiga. Tapi, yang namanya mainly deal with, sobat belajar, berarti kita harus bisa menggabungkan seluruh ide yang memang dicantumkan di teks itu. Oke, yang tadi tersedia di teksnya adalah nggak cuma tentang access to ICT for Indonesian students. Oke, but ICT in more general way. Ya, nah karena membicarakan tentang education itu, akhirnya disebutkanlah ini. Oke, sobat belajar, berarti ini bukan mainly deal with-nya, tapi justru like detailnya. Oke, as example. Right? Berarti ini bukan. Ya? Oke. Yang B, the positive impact of ICT on modern life. Be careful, dia bilang modern life. Padahal yang tersedia di teks adalah more specifically about education. Ya? Berarti ini bukan. Udah kelihatan. Right, yang C, the use of ICT in education. Okay, frankly speaking, this is the answer. The use of ICT in education. Kenapakah the use of ICT in education? Nah, sobat belajar bisa lihat tadi di awal dia memang membuka dengan data terkait ICT. Okay, sebagai general ideas or sebagai starters. Ya, tapi going on ke next paragraph, dia sudah mulai spesifik. Oke, menceritakan tentang si ICT itu di education seperti apa. Yang dimulai tadi dari status quo, ya. Terus dimulai dari juga expectations-nya. Dan juga sebagai jawaban dari expectations, ternyata faktanya adalah seperti ini. Oke, nah berarti memang yang diceritakan adalah the use of ICT in education. Oke, nah kenapa yang jawaban D kurang tepat? Karena dia bahas the benefits of ICT for life. Oke, yang kita bicarakan bukan tentang benefits of ICT for life. Ya, tapi specifically yang udah kelihatan paling obvious sobat belajar adalah tentang education. Dia bilang for life, too broad, right? Langsung cross. Yang E, ICT and modern life. Again, modern life, no. Okay, too broad. We only have the education. Okay, goes out. Right, jadi jawabannya yang C, the use of ICT in education. Ya, sobat belajar, jadi lihat dari paragraf itu dia yang diminta sebanyak apa cakupannya. Nah, habis itu dilihat dari paragrafnya itu dia membicarakan tentang apa, dan sobat belajar harus bisa menggabungkan semua ide jadi satu, nggak boleh berat sebelah. Ya, dan pastikan memang yang sobat belajar pilih itu sesuai. Contohnya tadi dia bilang modern life, padahal yang dibicarakan itu cuma tentang education. Okay, so you got it? Nah, sekarang karena udah tahu tipsnya, udah mulai dapet ya, gimana cara pengerjaannya, kita langsung going on ke next exercise. Okay. So, for this, okay, this one, right? Okay. Okay, this questions are here already. Okay, this is the previous one. Okay, let's get it. Okay, so yeah, let's say it. Okay, kita akan lihat. Okay, the results. So congratulations for Kucing Hutan, you are in the first place, and followed by Kacang Hatan, Ayumi, Toad Evan, and Kicing Hutan. Okay, congratulations. Okay, we still have 5 more. Okay, Sobat Belajar. So let's see. Okay, get ready for the next questions. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Right. So, yeah, 5 players already. Yeah, we gotta get it. Okay. So, just get ready. Still coping with this. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So many. Okay. And for Kacang Hatan, Ayumi, Evan, and Kucing Hutan, get ready ya untuk mengalahkan si kucing hutan. Okay, because you still have more time. Okay, to do this, right? Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, still wait. Okay, wait for you here. Okay, because you have still more time. Okay, to do this. Okay. Okay, so still have more time. Okay. Gonna make it. Okay, next one. Right. So questions number 2. Okay. On function of education which can be wrongly practiced. Okay, now you got different ideas about this. Okay. Social engineering, higher education, political abuse, policy making, primary education. So, careful with this, right? Because this is type of question different with the previous one, right? So this is about one function of education which can be wrongly practiced is referred to as. Okay, so remember that you have 2 reading techniques. You have scanning and skimming. Decide which one you need to apply with this type of question. If you have this type of question, so you have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So time's up. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, only one got it right. Social engineering, while the others still got it wrong. Okay, Sobat Belajar, I know how tricky it is, so let's directly jump into the explanation. Okay, Sobat Belajar ya. We see here, nah ini yang tadi kita udah bahas. Okay, so exercise 2. Nah, ini tadi. Well, as I say, langsung lihat pertanyaannya. Okay, one function of education which can be wrongly practiced is referred to as. Okay, Sobat Belajar, with this information, you actually needed to use the scanning. Okay, terus apakah keywordsnya? Nah, Sobat Belajar bisa punya keywordsnya ini. Wrongly practiced. Ya, nah berarti dari modal ini kita langsung go back ya ke teksnya. Okay, let's say Right? Nah, dari sini berarti Sobat Belajar punya dua pilihannya, ya. Antara sama persis, oke, dengan yang tadi sudah kita highlight, atau tinggal kita cari sinonimnya of that, ya. Oke, tinggal kita lihat mana yang wrongly practiced. Berarti something related to negative one. Oke, so terus kita bisa teknik bacanya, again scanning, ya. Fast reading, education includes both the teaching and learning of knowledge, proper conduct, technical competency, let it be in this purposes, on the cultivation of skills, trade, or professional, as well as mental, moral, and aesthetic development. Formal education consists of systematic instruction, teaching, and training by professional teachers. This consists of the application of pedagogy and development of curricula. Oke, berarti nggak ada sesuatu apapun yang berkaitan dengan si wrongly practice or something negative, ya. Oke, we go on. Education systems are established to provide education training often for children and the young. The curriculum defines what students should know, understand, and be able to do as the result of education. A teaching profession delivers teaching which enables learning and a system of policies again. So, got it now? Here. Yeah, let's belajar here. Sometimes educational systems can be used to promote doctrines or views as well as knowledge. Okay? Doctrine. Sahabat belajar ya. Promote doctrines, right? Ideals as well as knowledge, which is known as social engineering. Oke. Nah, doktrin ini kan bisa positif or negatif. Nah, tinggal kita lihat karena sudah disebutkan social engineering, tinggal kita pastikan kalimat setelahnya itu membicarakan tentang apa. Oke. This can lead to political abuse of the system, particularly in the totalitarian states and governments. Oke, sobat belajar, be careful with this, ya. Tentukan mana yang memang menjadi wrongly practice-nya, ya. Di sini berarti ada beberapa keywords, be careful. Dia bilang, which is known as social engineering. This can lead to political abuse. Oke, political abuse-nya ini kan memang something negative, right? Tapi, sobat belajar, this is the result. Why? Karena di teksnya dia bilang, this can lead to political abuse. This can lead to political abuse. Oke, berarti bukan political abuse-nya yang justru wrongly practiced. Tapi yang sebelum itu disebutkan, which is this one. Oke, social engineering. Ya, sobat belajar, so be careful. Ya, tadi banyak yang jawabnya political abuse. I know because it is tricky. Jadi pastikan, oke, mana yang memang menjadi penyebabnya. Oke, seperti ini. This can lead to political abuse padahal refers to social engineering. Ya, si political abuse-nya ini dia jadi result-nya. Yang kita bisa tahu dia ini ternyata wrongly practiced. Nah, wrongly practice-nya adalah si social engineering-nya. Oke, sobat belajar, jadi next time be more attentive, ya, be more careful with that. Oke, nah, udah dapat ya. Tadi yang pertanyaan pertama pakai teknik bacanya skimming, yang ini scanning, udah dapat. Gambarannya ternyata aplikasinya seperti ini, cara jawabnya seperti ini, dan tingkat tricky-nya di UTBK adalah levelnya kira-kira seperti tadi. Sobat belajar ya. Oke, nah sekarang kita go back langsung ke pertanyaan yang berikutnya, sobat belajar, jadi akan terlihat. Ya, gonna present this. Okay, next one. Right, questions 2. Oh, we got it already. Did I live? Okay, questions 2. Yeah, you got it already. Live. Okay, we will see who's the winner, right? Okay, the winner just lived, so I would like to know who is the winner of this question. I mean, yeah. Okay. Live. So I'll see who's there. Okay. Okay, just see siapa yang ada di leaderboardnya. Okay. Mana ya? Okay. Let's see, sobat belajar ya. We gotta get it, right? Okay, so it takes 16 seconds, right? So we will see Yeah. Okay, let's see. Who's there? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's see. Here. Got it. See the leaderboard. Okay, so we've got it right. Oh, still here. If you can see, Kucing Hutan is still in the first place, followed by Ayumi, a houseline employee, Kucing Hutan, Kacang Hatan, and Daud Evan. Okay, congratulations. Okay, we will start the next questions. Yeah. Okay, so questions number 3. Okay, be careful. Okay, the author reminds readers to be more careful with commercialism in free applications in paragraph. Okay, Sobat Belajar, remember, this is about location. Okay, and decide which reading technique that would be suitable for this question. Okay, Sobat Belajar, you still have more than 30 seconds. Okay, so get the keywords, grab the keywords, okay, use the reading technique, okay, and after that, okay, see the options, okay, choose that you think the most suitable one to answer the questions. Yeah, but better. Okay, let's see, you have 10 more seconds left. Yeah, so yeah, I encourage you to try to get this right. Okay, so yeah, you have 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay. Oh, congratulations. 2 people answered that right. Yeah, and we still have, okay, 2 wrong answers. Ya, kita lihat siapa sih yang jawabnya benar, Sobat Belajar. Okay, still. Oh, still Kucing Hutan. Oh, okay, congratulations. And followed by Kacang Hatan, Kucing Hutan dan Evan, Ayumi, and Ahas Slide employee. Oh, okay. Kucing Hutan is still in the first place, so congratulations. And I encourage you to, okay, get the first place. Ya, coba kalahkan si Kucing Hutan ini. Well, Sobat Belajar, for that, we go back, ya, ke pertanyaannya. Kenapa sih masih salah? Oke, that's fine. Ya, nggak apa-apa kalau misalnya masih salah. Oke, tapi pastikan Sobat Belajar itu belajar dari kesalahannya. Ya, oke, jadi ini tadi teksnya, pertanyaannya adalah something related to locations, right? Oke, nah dari sini Sobat Belajar get the keywords. Oke? Readers to be more careful with commercialism in free applications. In paragraph, okay, this is about location. Ya, karena di sini Sobat Belajar bisa lihat pilihan jawabannya semuanya tentang paragraf ya. Paragraf 1, 2, 3, 1 dan 4, 2 dan 3. Oke, nah karena ini location, Sobat Belajar berarti gunakan teknik bacanya scanning. Oke, kita tahu pakai teknik baca scanning, nah berarti keywordsnya adalah this one. Ya, Sobat Belajar, more careful with commercialism in free applications. And after this, you therefore have 2 options. Again, ya Sobat Belajar, jadi nanti yang tersedia di teksnya adalah apakah sama persis, exactly, atau kita main pakai sinonim lagi. Ya, Sobat Belajar, okay, but you have something in mind, it is about careful with commercialism in free applications. Langsung pakai teknik bacanya scanning. Ya, Sobat Belajar, kita kembali. Okay, this one. Right. Bisa langsung pakai free applicationsnya. Ya, Sobat Belajar, more careful with commercialism in free applications. Oke, kita lihat di sini applications, tapi dia bukan tentang commercialism. Oke, first one, no way. Nah, kita lihat di paragraf yang kedua, Sobat Belajar ya. Di awal, dia udah kasih quotient-nya. Ya. Treat so-called free applications with caution. Oke, Sobat Belajar. Nah, this is suspicious, right? Kenapa dia bilang caution? Tapi Sobat Belajar udah dapet keywords-nya tentang si free application. Oke, sudah mulai tercium ya. Bau-bau jawabannya sepertinya ada di paragraf kedua. Oke. Let's get it. Some will expose your child to advertisements. Others are designed to wait until your child is engaged in a game or storyline and then demand payment before they can go any further. Ya, sobat belajar. Nah, dari sini sebenarnya udah kelihatan tentang si commercialism-nya. Oke. Nah, keywords-nya dia ternyata pakai synonym, sobat belajar ya. Commercialism, something related to money, right? Something related to payment. Okay, advertisements, right? Nah, di sini dia udah sebutkan nih, ada advertisements, ada payment. Oke, sobat belajar. Nah, di sini tinggal kita lihat lagi. Oke, kalau misalnya sobat belajar masih agak ragu, langsung, fast reading, terus lihat. Oke, apakah masih relevan? Tadi yang sudah ada di yang sebelumnya ini, ya. This kind of frustration as young children do not understand why they cannot continue. Sometimes it is better to make a small payment in advance if the application promises no further purchase. However, some applications are free to download and completely free of advertisements or in-app purchases. Choosing an app needs the same kind of thought and care you would put into buying anything else for your child. Okay, sobat belajar, do not rely on the star rating. Instead, read the user reviews and check the privacy policy if you are worried about the personal information that the app might be collecting. Okay, sobat belajar. Nah, di sini ya, dia sebenarnya sudah memberikan jawaban dari pertanyaan yang harus kita selesaikan tadi, sobat belajar ya. Walaupun kata-katanya nggak persis sama, tapi keywords yang ada di sini berikut dengan penjelasannya itu bisa menjawab pertanyaan yang diajukan. Ya, sobat belajar, dimulai dari free applications with caution. Next, advertisements, payment, purchase. Oke, dan di sini dia berikan recommendation-nya. Do not rely on the star rating. Instead, read the user reviews and check the privacy policy if you are worried about something. Okay? Followed by recommendations, sobat belajar. Berarti jawabannya memang di paragraf yang kedua. Alright? Okay. Langsung deh. Dia ada di options yang mana? Oh, you got it. This one. B, 2. Ya, sobat belajar. Nah, ini yang tadi Kariska bilang, be careful with ujian tertulis berbasis komputer. Ya, sobat belajar, karena this one. Dia bilang keywordnya seperti ini, ternyata yang tersedia adalah sinonimnya. Oke, sobat belajar, dari sini kita belajar kalau si ujian tertulis berbasis komputer levelnya seperti itu, ada di tingkatan yang itu. Oke, sobat belajar. Nah, nggak perlu takut kalau misalnya ternyata kata-katanya kurang familiar, just got this one. Oke, salah satunya pasti nanti akan ada yang dibuat mirip. Oke, more often than not. Ya, sobat belajar. Oke, kita coba. Oke, one more question. Oke, because we still have, I can say more minutes. Ya, kita go back. Oke, one more. Oke, sobat belajar. Oh, it is this. Oke. Message mainly deal with. Okay. Okay, mainly deal with. Oh no. This one. Okay, I got you. Still present. Yeah. Okay. We will see. Oh, to join. Okay, you can also press this one. Start the quiz. Okay. Oh, we start from this. Okay. Belajar ya, we gotta leave it. Okay, still. Okay, still first place. Okay, 6. Leave this one. Okay, gotta make it fast. Okay, just leave. Okay, leaving result. Oh, and it's still the one. Okay. Live, yang tadi udah ya resultnya. Okay, next one. Okay, question number 3. Udah tadi ya. Okay, yang tadi di applications. Okay, we got it. Right, yeah, okay. Live. Reading results. Nah, ini yang tadi udah. Okay. Question number 4. Ya, buat belajar. Okay. Say. Okay, look at your phone. Okay, be careful. Dia pertanyaannya tentang apa? Sobat belajar ya. Okay. Still, the topic. Okay, sobat belajar again about the topic. Okay, remember that the topic has sibling, right? That those kinds of questions have similar reading technique that you need to apply. Yeah, sobat belajar. Okay, so be careful with the topic, with the idea. Just remember what you need to apply for the reading techniques. Which one? Scanning or skimming? Okay, after you know that, apply it to the text and go back to the options. Okay, and decide which one is the correct answer. Yeah, buat belajar. Okay, let's see. Yeah, buat belajar. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, so 1%. Okay, jawabannya benar ya, 1%. The other 3 still wrong. Okay, sobat belajar, kita lihat dulu siapa sih yang jawabannya benar. Sekaligus sebagai leaderboard kita ya, kita akan lihat who is the winner. Okay, sobat belajar, let's see. Right, the result. Oh, so Ayumi now? For sure? Okay, right. So here is the leaderboard. Okay, the winner is Kucing Hutan in the first place, and Kacang Hatan second, third Ayumi, fourth Kucing Hitin, Daud Evan, and Ahas Slide employee. Okay, sobat belajar, congratulations for all of you. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. But before all, okay, kita lihat dulu pembahasannya ya. But thank you and congratulations, sobat belajar ya. Right. Okay, so we go back, to the phrasing here. Got it already? Yeah. Exercise 4. Okay. Karena tadi sudah ada yang mirip, sobat belajar, so I'm gonna make it really fast. Yeah. What is the topic of the passage? Sobat belajar ya. The topic of the passage berarti ini teknik bacanya menggunakan skimming. Okay, skimming. Okay. Skimming, ya. Jadi sobat belajar lihat dari masing-masing paragraf itu, terutama di kalimat yang paling awal, kalimat pertama. Nah, udah, terus langsung kita gabung. Terus kita lihat dari semua yang sudah kita gabung lagi, kita kompres lagi, ya. Sobat belajar, sekarang kita kembali, berarti ya ke sini. Sobat belajar ya, start from this. In today's economy, vocational jobs are becoming more and more important. Sobat belajar, you got it? Vocational jobs. Got it. Vocational jobs are becoming more and more important. This is why vocational education programs are popular. In case you still confused with that, bisa dilihat dari secondnya. This is why vocational education programs are popular. Sobat belajar, go on. Instructors teach students the knowledge required for their field. Sobat belajar, berarti ini adalah kelanjutan dari si vocational education. Because we say here, ada teach students the knowledge required for their field. Nah, intinya adalah dia membicarakan tentang seperti apa nanti jalannya si education-nya ini. Next one, the training for vocational jobs requires less education than 4-year degree programs. Nah ini yang sekarang dijelaskan adalah durasinya. Di-compare dengan yang usual one atau yang 4-year degree. Nah, masih membicarakan tentang si vocational education-nya. And the last paragraph, the retail field is one of those growing career opportunities. Nah ini adalah yang dia bicarakan terkait tentang di vocational jobs itu yang bagian apa? Nah, sekarang growing, ya, sobat belajar. Nah, dia ceritakanlah the retail field. Nah, tapi dia bukan ide baru karena apa? Karena sebenarnya apa yang sudah ada, dijelaskan di sini, itu ada di sini, sobat belajar ya. Ada fields. Retail, tourism and cosmetology. Berarti dia bukan ide baru. Ya, dia adalah detail dari di sini. Nah, sedangkan yang tadi di sini adalah yang masih berkaitan dengan si vocational education programs. Ya, sobat belajar, ya udah dapet vocational jobs, vocational education, vocational program, langsung deh ke sini. Oke, Sobat Belajar, jawabannya langsung vocational education for vocational job. Ya, Sobat Belajar yang lain dibiarin aja. Jobs based on manual or practical fields, no. We don't really talk about this. Increase opportunities for a vocational career itu cuma ada di paragraf pertama, oke, sebagai pembuka. Tapi yang selanjutnya ya diceritakan tentang si vocational programs-nya atau education-nya. Ya, variety of choices of vocational jobs, no. Ini cuma detailnya, oke, bukan main ideas-nya. Training programs juga sama. Dia disebutkan karena kita membicarakan tentang vocational education-nya. Sobat Belajar, ya. Jadi itulah gambaran bagaimana Sobat Belajar nanti akan bertemu dengan si ujian tertulis berbasis komputer ini. Ya, oke, Sobat Belajar, you got it? Ada scanning, ada skimming, dan juga Sobat Belajar bisa feel the vibes akan seperti itu options-nya dan tingkat kesulitannya. Ya, Sobat Belajar, oke. Nah, dari sini Kariska mau kasih tahu one thing, oke, di bagian kebahasaan yang suka sering tertukar. Oke, biar kita relax dulu ya. Pendinginan nih. Tadi kita udah latihan, oke, scanning, skimming dengan tingkat kesulitan yang naik turun. Oke, sekarang kan saya mau kasih tahu nih salah satu over jobs yang berkaitan dengan kebahasaan. Oke, tentang translator and interpreter. Can someone be both translator and interpreter? Okay, Sobat Belajar, I can say, it is also, I can say widely known as is not common. Ya, Sobat Belajar, why it is not common? Sobat Belajar bisa lihat ini. Oke, ini yang sudah Kariska rangkum dari berbagai artikel tentang possibilities orang-orang yang memang work as translator and interpreter. Ya, mereka itu sebenarnya walaupun sama-sama berkaitan tentang language, tapi ada di hal yang berbeda. For example, translator itu dia written document. Oke. Nah, karena written document dia berkaitan dengan reading activity. Oke, dia itu more about reading activity. And kalau misalnya kita ngomonginnya tentang brain works, how the brain works, dia itu menggunakan left lateralized activation. Jadi bagian yang sebelah kiri, bagian otaknya. Ya, dan kelebihannya dari translator, Sobat Belajar, adalah have more time to consider the best words. Ya, karena kalau si translator ini biasanya dikasih rentang waktunya misalnya berapa lama untuk bisa menyelesaikan pekerjaannya. Oke, si translator, ya. Sobat Belajar bisa lihat itu written, reading activity, dan juga have more time to consider the best words. While, Sobat Belajar, kalau interpreters, dia berkaitan dengan atau kerjaannya adalah lebih tentang spoken words. So I can say memang spoken words. Ya, jadi dia langsung misalnya ada native speakers, give speech or deliver speech. Nah, interpreters ini langsung at the same time itu langsung dia sesuaikan dengan bahasanya. Ya, beda kalau translator dia bisa punya more time to choose the best words. Kalau interpreter itu dia langsung at that time. Dan juga dia beda skills-nya, dia menggunakan listening comprehension. And next one, brain-nya dia extensive temporal cortex activation. Jadi ternyata antara si translator dan interpreter itu dia menggunakan bagian brain yang different. Sobat Belajar, karena memang bisa kita lihat skills-nya juga beda. Yang satu reading, yang satu listening. And si interpreter ini namanya juga spoken words, Sobat Belajar, dia itu real-time conversion. Ya, compared to translator, dia punya more time. Generally, kalau si interpreter itu dia real time. Jadi saat itu juga diucapkan, saat itu juga harus bisa interpreted. Ya, Sobat Belajar. So that's for the can someone be both the translator and interpreter? The answer is not common because of this differences. Ya, Sobat Belajar. So I can say that's for the Ayang Ngobrolin ujian tertulis berbasis komputer for English. And congratulations for those who are in the highest one. Tadi ya ada di 3 besar. And I would like to say thank you very much for those who joined me today. Yeah, it is very awesome. Sobat Belajar ya. And again I would like to say congratulations for those who passed the SNMPTN. And those who didn't pass, just chill. Okay, you still have more opportunities to get into university. Okay, keep the fire. Okay, because I will accompany you within these 3 weeks, of course. Ya, sobat belajar. See you on other opportunities. Karena sekarang belajar mudah, ayo belajar. See you.
Jangan lupa belajar, karena sekarang belajar itu mudah. Ayo belajar!